nigga, oh, da, 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 da. And she's a nice church-going lady, right? That's the way. Anyway, that's the story that I'm telling, and it's very close to that. You hear what I said? Yeah. It's very close to that. Okay? So, after we go into the $100 million case, all of this stuff we've been allowing to build up since 1986. When they arrested y'all, I guess it was December, in the same month, December 6th, they stole notebooks, 4 notebooks, an accordion folder. I don't know if you remember the folders and stuff I used to keep in the back room, you know, with my papers and everything. Well, when they stole that, and when they kept putting y'all in jail, I started on this program in 1986. It evolved. I said there's no way to deal with them unless we have a long-range strategy, which includes sabr, patience, to check, to tie, to contain. That means that we would have to have, this would be a protracted, I don't know if y'all remember that language, protracted long-range struggle, right? Okay, now, we've been talking about it here for decades. But what I'm telling you now, we have engineered the federal government, the state government, and the local government, and the Bank of America into violating all the rules and regulations that they have. Number one, remember, they've been arresting me in the Masjid, and the Masjid is the deeds in my name, with my name right on the front.
In your name.
Right, and my name, and they arrested me every time they get ready. And Mukhtar, I didn't show the brothers here, Mukhtar is calling the police, and he's saying that this man just came from D.C. with 2 shotguns. Y'all remember me reading y'all? Yeah, okay. Now, if you want to get somebody killed by the police department, just tell them the man was looking at a gun. He didn't have one, he just looking at one. Now, this nigga, this brother, tells the people, right? The police, the Oakland police, you know, not the nicest guys in town, that I have 2 shotguns that I just brought from D.C. And on and on and on. The point is, and I'm going to switch subjects in a minute, but I want to thank y'all for being patient all of these years. Do you hear what I'm saying? And the other thing is, y'all don't have to be Sunday school niggas after 15 or 20 years of going to jail, if you know what I'm saying. You don't have to, you know, if you slid a little bit, that's no problem. The thing is, y'all held on longer than any Negroes in and around Masjid al-Islam. Remember them Negroes, you said, oh, Mansour and them? Remember all them niggas, the Wing Chun niggas? I mean, excuse my language. Yeah. All them people, man. Okay. Maybe out of all the people, 1 or 2 might be halfway all right. But all them Negroes who was close in, trying to hang and stay in the masjid and trying to be there, all of them, Usama, all of them, whether they was from Denver, wherever they came from, they was always sabotage. And remember when my homeboy came back to Oakland and he weighed about 100 pounds, he said he'd been in the penitentiary down in South America? That's right, that's enough said. Okay. If you, this what we've been involved in is the biggest adventure. It makes the stuff people watch on TV and all that stuff, makes it look like nothing. That's what we've been doing. So what I want to do to y'all, I want to thank y'all. Y'all have been behaving that well, but I'm just saying that, hey man, if when you carry the name Reams in California, that's like a death sentence almost, right? And that means if you walk around the corner, there's the police trying to grab you, right? That's what they was doing to y'all. Post Sheldon couldn't get, every time he'd get a little car, remember when you'd get a nice little ride with rims on it and stuff?
Trying to take you to jail.
They wouldn't be trying, they would take you to jail the day after you get the car and ride down 3 or 4 streets. Every time, I imagine that was just heartbreaking. As soon as you would get it and ride down and get a little ugly girl riding in there with you, or you didn't ride it, you just left them at home. I guess you like to ride by yourself. No, that's fine, that's the way I did, you know. The other thing, there's another dumb rumor that people have out here. Not only is it dumb rumor, it's well, you hear about it. Can you see these people right here?
Oh, that's Joyce and them.
That's Joyce, that's Beverly.
You see, Beverly.
That's Tootie right there, right?
Who?
That little guy right there? Tootie.
Who?
Can you see right there by the car? There he is.
Oh, that's me.
That's Sharon. No, that ain't Sharon. That's Sharon. That's Sharon, Beverly, and Joyce. Now remember what all of the sisters used to say? That they felt like movie stars, right?
Yeah.
When they would be riding in the big pretty cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Now remember,
Pull up to the club.
when they pull up to the club, boy, they would be feeling. So here's the kind of nigga I was. I kept, you know, when niggas get money, they try to get all the pretty girls and the green-eyed ladies and stuff. These is all neighborhood Negro women, right?
Yeah.
They all our homegirls. They're your mother's friends, they're my friends, they're the neighborhood girls. And that's who, I didn't come to no club with all the fancy cracker women and all of that. I kept the homegirls. When we gave jobs, think about it, they all went to people like this, Sherry and all of that type of the thing.
Cookie and them.
Yeah, Cookie them had Cookie them, who else? Nina had a job. Well, you see, they used to say I was the biggest employer in Oakland. See, the people here don't know nothing about East Oakland Enterprise. But I'll tell a story about what not only I was trying to do, but what we did at that time. The point is, we stayed close. Sheldon, you remember when Cheryl Faye told you that she was there from the very beginning? Yeah, she was. She was. She was there from the very beginning. She died of AIDS and stuff. You know, one of the only mistakes is, when I got out of the penitentiary, I didn't super re-invite her to Islam. Yeah, but she died of AIDS, and people didn't believe her when they would tell. She'd be telling, I was there from the beginning, I know all of what happened, she was. And you know, she had a bad reputation at the end, right? But guess what? She never did nothing to me. Never. A soldier to the end, I'm telling you. Anyway, I got a lot that I want to say, but I think what I'm going to do is so spread out that I want to thank y'all for just paying attention, and that just hang on. I'm going to be out there, and what's the name? please don't tear up anything no worse than it already is. We'll clean up 85th. We're gonna make it a nice place to live. And we're gonna whoop the white man. I know y'all was worried all the time. All the time. You can see it in your face. Y'all thought that the numbers, nobody can beat the white man. He's got everything. Got all the niggas snitching. That ain't the way it worked. Your dear daddy was planning from day one. Protracted means a long-range struggle. Protracted also has something to do with sabr, patience. When you don't, Sheldon, you remember when y'all wanted to go and do something to somebody? Okay, and I said, I was almost hollering, do not move. Stay out of our business, right? Remember that? I was telling you, that's exactly what I was, stay out of my business. I know that means they're doing exactly what we encourage them to do. They're trapped, not us. Okay, that's the point. That historically, and I'll be brief, the federal government has been able to do what they want to Negroes since the very beginning. The federal government, the chain gangs, the county governments, everybody. They can do what they want to Negroes and they can make them buckle. You know what I mean? Yeah. They ain't did that to me. We done made a fool out of them and ain't nothing they can do about it. But it took a long time. So when I come back out there, we're going to be starting on that project. And we'll take a time. Whatever they say, we'll just do something else and fix it up. It don't make no difference what they do. They're trapped. You know where the police come in, or the DA, and try to offer you a deal? We offer the feds a deal. We say, look, it's a $100 billion deal, and if you do it like this, we'll just say 10 things instead of 1,000. That's what we offer them. We offer them a deal. They're not offering us no deal. There's nothing they can do about it. They didn't have the FBI, you wouldn't believe it. The dumb FBI came by the Masjid. And all kind of stuff. We just had to take our time. That's all. And it was no secret, but it was. Protracted, look that up in the dictionary. Protracted struggle. That's long-range struggle, right? But it's protracted struggle adjusted to our environment. Just because, Sheldon, do you remember we were sitting there a few times and I would have a book and I would telling you about this type of struggle and that type of struggle? Okay, yeah, well, that's what we were doing. I want to thank y'all for holding on all this time. I know Boss Man was kind of messing with you a little bit, cause your name and stuff. And don't worry about a thing. We going, you talking about hitting it big, huh?
Got it covered.
Okay, good. Just hang on now. Don't do nothing wrong around there. And clean up the place because we don't want the police talking about dropping a fine or something on the, you know. So just clean it up a little bit. And no dogs, dear son. No.
You got them, Dad?
Huh?
I got the same ones I had.
You got them at the house?
Yep.
You have to put them out in the back there, huh? Huh?
I got the same dog I had 4 years ago. Chloe and Blue.
The ones that ate up all the furniture and bit all the doors and stuff like that? Same ones?
Yeah, I heard, I just seen that, but that'll be fixed by the time you come home.
Yeah, but they'll still have, excuse the expression, they will still have shitted all over everywhere. And, okay. The little house back there,
Yep.
why don't y'all get a big dumpster, and clean that out and let the dogs stay in there until we clean it up.
Okay.
All right?
All right, Dad.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's all for today.
All right, Dad.
Assalamu alaikum. All right.
All right, Dad.
Okay. Yeah. Well, how do we turn this out?
Should be a button on there.
Tap the screen. Just tap the screen. Is there like a red button that pops up? Yeah, hit that red button. There you go.
This is, okay, I couldn't get to all this other stuff. But we got to some basic fundamentals. If push comes to shove, I could use that in court right now as a deposition.
All right.
Okay, and a deposition or nothing else is necessary. What I'm doing right now is building up for California. Because this time we're gonna go on and knock it over. We don't have to wait, we don't have to trick nobody, we don't have to do nothing. But this time, we're just going in. And it looks like it'll be enough crew there. If not, we'll build a crew. But we're going to, we're gonna fix this up, and it's just the easiest case in the world. You know, everything they did, they broke all the laws, and they broke them 50 times over. They broke the law every time they looked in my direction. They broke the law on arrest. They broke the law on, nobody could come and get an account and get the money out of your account. They couldn't, the bank won't do that unless the bank is crazy, you know. So all of those things. Now, why would we say something like $100 billion? It's because all the time we call this, this is arrest time. But at the same time, if we want to hit the ground running and we want to help on homelessness and we got all these projects lined up, it's going to take $100 billion just to get it started. Yeah, it's going to take $100 million just to get it started. Because we've never been thinking about, well, you could hear, we have never been thinking about or paying no attention to what Boss Man has been doing. We pay attention to him to study him, that's all. And as far as I'm concerned, we done whooped him. If we don't win no case, we just still, we just beat Boss, slapped him upside the head. You know, we're going to put a slowdown on all this stuff. Remember everything we talked about. Here's, what's the ladies, not Lady Sing the Blues, but
Billy Holiday.
Billy Holiday. What's all the movies back then?
Right.
Go and tell program, take their mind back there. Yeah, you can see it's for us it's just so ridiculous, it's just wide open. Whereas most people gonna do, they're gonna go back and they're gonna prove their case based on that stuff. And they're gonna let artificial intelligence, and remember, if we let them get away with that, they're gonna ruin, they'd already ruined this, right? So what do you think if we don't get busy? That's why we don't need to raise $2,000 for this. We need at least, we need certain credibility that we know what we're talking about. You can take it to the bank. That you know everybody, they know it's clear. And they know it without any gain, like, you know, it happened over such a long period of time, it was so repetitive that there's no opening to try to say, all we want them to do is say, well, this is why they did that. Then we say, well, what about that? Well, it was that, did it, or what about this? In other words, if they open their mouth and try to defend their foolishness, we'll say, great, 1, 2, 3. We'll lose up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On and on. There's no, this unlimited what we have. Over and over and over again. It's not only unlimited with Negroes, it's unlimited with, oh, there's Iranians there. There's Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui said this in front of all the Muslims. Why the next time I go to South Africa, everybody's acting funny? Why, right? Why is Zafa Bangash, Muhammad Ali, them, they're all sitting there, right? Everybody heard it. He's the chief. Why, instead of going back to South Africa and everybody's happy to see me, they got some kind of way to send me over here, send me around there, and keep me out of the loop? Why we put up with it? We put up with it because it's all of them. They're all on the team. They're all on the team. That's the way it is. It don't have nothing to do with, well, I wish they wasn't all on the team. But they're all on that. It seems like they're all on boss man's team. Or their behavior is reflective of something boss man would do. What about all the Negroes? Same story. Same story. Did we give everybody our opportunity? Yeah, 30, 40 years, repeat, and they do the same thing, right? So, we're at the stage right now to where, you know, and you get the hint, this is it. And we've been saying this for quite a while. You know what I mean? Yeah, this looks like it. And that's what we're going to deal with. And also, it's not only clean up Oakland, but here, and you got to remember everybody's behavior, you know, all over the place. Behavior patterns, year after year after year. All the time, every time. And you just have to say, well, that's what they do. I remember that was a little old black nigga here used to come over there sometime on 8th Street and married a Somali, something like that. Well, they left, it was two little old black Negroes, not that I'm like them, but they were extraordinarily black. And they were supposed to be little security guard. They gonna, you know, And then when they leave, they do the same thing. They go over to some other place and sit there like I was mistreated by Imam Musa. You know what I mean? And then they wait for you to come. Why are you here? Well, astaghfirullah. You know, all that old stuff. Hey, man.